After continuous appeals from the people of the state, Nagaland government has directed to close all police check gates except the existing interstate check gates with immediate effect. Rising People's Party, while speaking to Nagaland TV, clears the reason for openly challenging the UDA coalition for debate in public domain. RPP claims the state's government machinery is failing due to rampant corruption, and hence debate is inevitable to ascertain NDPP's claim of transparency, accountability, meritocracy and good governance. The ongoing road construction between Kirupima-Peducha is going at a snail's pace. Kirupima Youth Organization President informs that the overseas technicians Pivot Limited is neglecting their duty, which is in turn leading to tons of problems for commuters during the rainy season. Tumukirima Town Youth Organization condemns and demands explanation on remarks made during CNTC program by Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton. City YO states that Patton's speech laced with malicious intent to provoke and create divisions amongst the Nagas. As the Longlang district and neighboring districts of Assam witnesses outbreak of African swine flu, Deputy Commissioner of Mount Tavasilin K issues order banning the sale and slaughter of pigs and also import of pigs from outside the district till further notice. Former Congress leader Navjot Singh Sidhu sentenced to 1 year in prison by the Supreme Court in a road rage case from 1988 in which one person was killed. Hello viewers, I'm Rinki Gogoi and you're watching Nagaland TV Primetime News. Let's see more of the news in details. Now, after continuous appeals from the people, the Nagaland government has directed to close all the police check gates except the existing interstate check gates with immediate effect. In this regard, the government issued a directive on May 19, whereby it gave strict orders that all the check gates set up by other departments shall be immediately closed throughout the state. However, the interstate check gates will function up till 31st May, beyond which it shall function only after obtaining a specific approval of the Home Department. The directive further stated that additional inter or intra-district check gates will be referred through AHOD or HOD concerned with the Home Department's justifications and after prior approval of the government only. Meanwhile, the concerned departments were also directed to close and dismantle and also remove all the check gates to prevent the misuse. Moreover, the DC was also instructed to constitute an inspection team comprising of ADC, additional SP, additional DCP, District Transport Officer and DPRO who will regularly conduct surprise inspections and also dismantle and remove the unauthorized check gates. The DC is also directed to submit reports to Home Department on illegal check gates through the Nagaland Commissioner. Meanwhile, the unauthorized persons or groups found at or near the check gates are liable to be punished under the law. Moreover, the Home Department will also send a team of officers from the Secretariat to inspect the check gates timely. Notably, the public headquarters will also set up a 24/7 control room for the people. In this regard, the concerned departments were directed to contact the inspection team if any information was obtained on vehicles with suspected illegal items. Meanwhile, the PWD department were directed to put up prominent readable signages in local dialects or English and Hindi at every check gates. The signages were directed to say no payment other than the required by any law. Contact number of the control room in PHQ were also required to be displayed in the signages. Moreover, proper receipts were required to be given for the lawful payments. Lastly, the DC was also directed to obtain regular reports from the inspection team and also to submit them the detailed report on the 1st and the 15th of every month to the Home Department through the Nagaland Commissioner. There was a good move from the Nagaland government. Now we will see the RPP's stand on the UDA coalition's demand. Following the outright debate challenge to UDA coalition on the unabated and brazen corruption in the state over the years, the Rising People's Party challenged the NDPP to give account of Nagaland's lack of good governance, transparency, accountability and meritocracy as promised by it. On Thursday, the RPP addressed an interview with Nltv on the subject. During the interview, the RPP President Joel Naga stated that the debate is aimed at achieving a healthy and good democracy in Nagaland. The President also pointed out that the debate is not specifically for NDPP but for all the UDA coalition partners comprising of NDPP, BJP, NPF and the lone independent MLA at the same time, adding that it would save everyone the time and the hassle of organizing a debate. He also added that the debate should not be held only on a single conclave but in common public places like colleges and the public halls and auditorium. Naga also cited how Nagaland shamefully stood at the worst performing state according to Niti Aayog's analysis. Naga also maintained that they could not see good governance during their walkathon and therefore they demanded president rule in the state. Thereby, the party is hoping for a positive reply from the other parties as well.
तो इनिंगा हुमाइते मोइगांगा गवर्नर के क्वादो financial position बिया हाउ तो corruption करने आसे. There is a breakdown of constitutional machinery in the state because of deep-rooted corruption. Constitutional machinery is open to interpretation. Kide bado law not robe ho pare, kide bado India mohan crisis dikha bisina, financial matters ho pare. So it's open to interpretation. Constitutional machinery, let the Indian government interpret according to their guidelines criteria. तो मोइगान इधो प्रेस रिलीज दिया बिची दे UDA coalition दे NPF असे, NTPP असे, BJP असे और दुईटा independent असे. दे NTPP मोहांगे counter करेशी, और counter करेगी ना. नागालैंड तो भाल असे, इधर भी सुंदर असे, कोबरा हरे. ताहन प्रेस रिलीज कुछ ताहन NTPP is for transparency, accountability, meritocracy, good governance. तो इधर 4 पॉइंट हुई ना ताहम मोहे काउंटर करेशी. तो नागा मनोहन पूरा शॉक. नागा मनोहन जाने ऐसे तांगे बुझावले काम नहीं. नागालैंड में good governance नहीं, accountability नहीं, transparency नहीं, meritocracy नहीं. तो इधर कथा पर पांचे. मोइगान माला माजो डिस्कस करे ना अरे. NDPP kan do Nagaman do paglas bhabla koine ki koi na moha pe absolute lagche de. So we
Team Nltv on date 19 May went to Peducha to get a ground report of the mudslides and the road condition of Kirupima-Peducha stretch road. On reaching the site, it was noticed that the road was blocked due to the mudslides. It was also brought to light by the president of Peducha Youth Organization, Krityo Angami, that the commuters and the villagers has been suffering with the setting of monsoon due to the tardy progress of the construction of the 4-lane road in that area. It may be noted that the contract for the package 3, which was originally awarded to Gayatri Projects Private Limited on April 22, 2016, was foreclosed on June 1, 2021, and the contract was re-awarded to the OSC's Technoceans Limited on September 1, 2021 as target date of completion. Due to the slow pace of work at 4-lane road of the National Highway 29 between Kohima and Dimapur, a PIL has also been filed against the National Highway Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited in the year 2015. The period for completion of National Highway 29 was given for 2019. However, no sign of completion was seen.
Itu company la kam kandu OC's Technocon kan last year June 1 2021 bra takan itu contract tu paise tade bra suru gurigina September 1st September 2022 itu sal itu tahan la itu target of completion tu tade set kurina tagise to koi tha nikjina ami kan bi OC's company Technocon ge modot kuribo assist kuribo aru পাৰা জাগাতে সব জাগাতে তাহাঙ্গে হেল্পিং হ্যান্ড দিব গইনা সাপোর্ট দিব গইনা আমি খান তাহান লাগা অফিস তেবি 3 বার যাইছে নহলে বি যা দে তাতে আমি খান একবার হি তাহান লাগা ইটো প্রজেক্ট ম্যানেজার ইটো বি জুনিয়র প্রজেক্ট ম্যানেজার একটা গে লগ পাইছে ডাইরেক্টর আর সিনিয়র প্রজেক্ট ম্যানেজার খানটো আমি খানগে একবার বি লগ করিয়া নাই আমি খান যাদু ইটো জুনিয়র প্রজেক্ট ম্যানেজার গে লগ পাইছে তাই গিবি কইছে ইটো আমি খান লাগা ইউথ আর বস্তি লাগা সাইড পৰা ইটো before completion of the May complete na hoa agide itu moina complete na hoa agide air cutting khan tu sob khatam kuri dibi koina ami kan koi dise ta kan ge request kurise aru itu opor debi itu black topping khan aru existing national highway tu maintain kuri dibi koina ta kan ge itu bi koise নহলে bi etia tak bi ta kan laga etia the work is progressing in snail pace itu bra etia inega hisabte jaise goli do tai khan itu sal tai khan laga re awarded contract pa laga hisabte September 1st 2022 itu sal khotom hobole laga tade kitte bi complete na hoba aru Kohima aru Dimapur laga bitore ami khan laga busti do is centrally located between state capital and commercial hub Dimapur to ami khan laga busti ede right in the middle of the district duita bitor de ase to inega thaga do ami khan bi manu khan ja ha guri gina ami khan laga busti de inega air cutting khan hwa nai aru itu rasta khan tik thak na banai gina thaga do sathi khan laga age de bi sorom bi lagi thake plus administration khan ki bi ami khan request kuri thake itu OCS company khan ki bi olop pressure dibi koi gina but etia tak bi OCS company khan eko bi kuria nai moreover ami khan ta khan ge lok kurubole ja dam de ekta asorik pa do ami khan ge parise gole sub contract loi ge na air cutting khan jaga de
The Chumukidima Town Youth Organization has condemned and demanded the recent public statement made on the occasion of a CNTC program by Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton. CTYO in a press release outrightly condemned the speech of Y. Patton and called it disgraceful. The organization in its statement called Patton's speech as laced with malicious intent to provoke and create divisions amongst the Nagas. CTYO lashed out on Patton and accused that the veteran politician is indulged in favoritism besides condemning and targeting other sections and areas, especially the Chumukidima areas. CTYO also demanded Patton should explain why he is against the district despite being the Deputy Chief Minister of the state. It may be worth mentioning that the organization targeted Patton for his statement that all development activities are centered around Chumukidima and the rest are deprived. Now, the Deputy Commissioner of Kohima, Grigory Tejawele, in a travel advisory notified that all vehicular movements along National Highway 29 between Zubza to Peducha shall be suspended effective from May 20 till May 27 from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. The suspension of vehicular movements has been invoked to clear the debris of soil and rocks that have blocked the highway as a result of incessant rains in the state over the last few days. The DC has further advised all the travelers to keep updated with work progress and also the aforementioned sites. Amidst news of African swine flu, we have again as the Nagaland district and the neighboring districts of Assam witnessed outbreak of African swine flu. Mon district bans a slaughter of pigs. The Deputy Commissioner of Mount Tavasilinke issued an order banning the sale and slaughter of pigs and also import of pigs from outside the district till further directive. The district authorities have also imposed a ban on slaughtering and sale of pigs in both the infected and the surveillance zone. Now, the new community cum multipurpose hall at New Pangsha village was inaugurated on Thursday by Advisor Prisons, Printing and Stationery Government of Nagaland, H. Hayang. The advisor, while addressing the gathering on the inaugural function, stated that all the developments cannot come at once but one after another. He further appreciated all the stakeholders, leaders, elders and the construction workers for the successful completion of the building and urged upon the users to take ownership of the building in the days to come. Meanwhile, seeing the prospect of International Trade Center and its surrounding villages, the Deputy Commissioner of Noklak, Hiazu Meru, expressed hope that it will become the gateway of Noklak district. Furthermore, during the program, Major Raja Yadev of 45th Assam Rifles contributed 100 plastic chairs and 5 plastic tables under MCA project to the community hall. It may also be mentioned that officers from various departments, DBS, GBS and public leaders and also elders from the new Pangsha and the neighboring villages attended the function.
Village Council program there. Invite Quran limited thanks. Janai ase. Moi Noklande aha 9 months, 9 महीना complete हुई से. सबसे बेसी program हुआ है भी visit aha तो Pangsha खाने आसे. ITC दान और Pangsha खाने. Pangsha ते 2-3 program attend करी आसे. और इतो लगा program तो अपने VG लगा museum ते program चुली आगे आते मैं attend करी के नहीं से. आज ऋषि कुशी पाए आसे वही खान लगा नोटुन community का multi-purpose hall याते बनाई किया था तो ऋषि कुशी पाए आसे अरो कौन पुरा होना तो वही खान लगा honorable advisor पुरा funding आने के ना बनाई किया आसे कोई से इतो लगा कुशी साफ टीवी जनाई किया आसे इतो के good governance को है मोई खान government चला मोई खान policy makers आसे मोई खान executives आसे general public निमित्ते काम पूरा तो होइले.
Developments sprout in Nagaland, but following the recent death of a 13-year-old in Dhansiri River in Dimapur, Nagaland undertook to spread awareness amongst the youth and conducted a survey of the accident-prone Dhansiri River area on Thursday. During the survey, a chowkidar of the nearby Handloom Department office informed that it was prohibited to loiter around and play in the river. However, despite all the notices, the youth would jump over the gate and hang in the banks of the river. Despite the chowkidar therefore requested the district administration and police to look into the matter and also deploy necessary actions.
तो अभी एक था कोथा को बोले तो इतु लगा तो हैंडलूम लगा डिपार्टमेंट लगा से तो हम खाने ये चौकीदार ऐसा हम खाने तो होता ही तो गेट बंद होए थे बहुत साइड तो ले भी कुन बात होले तो नी छोकरा छोकर का ना रो जाम कुर्गे ना है जाए हम खान ना देखा तो होले तो इतु तो एक था कोथा होले भी हम खान ना है ना देखा तक तो होले तो ये तो होले तो पार्क लगा जगह न होए इतु तो डिपार्टमेंट लगा से इतु का नहीं आरो हम खान सुकुपुरा देखा तो कुन के भी आया तो ये बोहे बना दे और ये पुरा है ना आरो कौन बा मुद्दू आजिकली छोकरा छोकरी खान की बा की भी इतु भी हम खान एकदम स्ट्रिक्ट आसा हम खान तो हम खान तो कौन बा इनी बहाल मोटा मागी इनी शादी कुरा खान.
Nagaland has 4 specialized adoption agencies as informed by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. The ministry on Wednesday stated that there are 474 specialized adoption agencies in the country, whereby Nagaland has 4. Notably, the ministry in its Central Adoption Resource Information and Guidance System portal revealed that amongst the northeastern states, Assam has the highest number of specialized adoption agency with 20, Arunachal Pradesh with 2, Manipur has 9 and Meghalaya with 6. Also, Mizoram has 7 and Sikkim with 3 and Tripura has 9. Furthermore, it stated that in the northeastern region, Assam has 137 children in the 20 SSA, Tripura has 57, Arunachal Pradesh has 7 children, Manipur has 62, while the second highest in the region is Meghalaya, which has 10 children. Nagaland has 6, Sikkim has 13, and Tripura with 57 in the third highest. It may also be mentioned that the year 2020 to 2021 saw the lowest number of in-country adoption of children with 2,862, while the highest was in the year 2014 to 15 with 3,374 adoptions. With the benevolence done, we will see an interesting news about Nagaland. A large python which was rescued by villagers from Longjemdang Forest, Mokokchung district last week was handed over to the zoological park in Rangapahar in Dimapur on Wednesday. Now, a proud moment for the state, as Nagaland is amongst the 24 states participating in the 5 days long 4th National Masters Games, which commenced on Wednesday at Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. Notably, Nagaland team is taking part in 40+ and 50+ in football, track and field events, whereby a total of 38 contingents, including team manager and a coach, are participating in the events. Meanwhile, Nagaland Masters Games Federation General Secretary Toshi Ao informed that Nagaland 40+ team is all set to play with Kerala in the first match on Thursday and Friday, while Nagaland 50+ team will play West Bengal. It is to be mentioned that the event, which will have events such as football, volleyball, basketball, tennis, badminton, shooting and athletics in 2 different categories such as 40+ and 50+ years old, is organized by the Masters Games Association in Kerala under the auspices of Masters Games Federation India. Let's move on and see some weather updates. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for the northeastern states of Assam and Meghalaya for heavy rain to extremely heavy rains in the next 4 days. The IMD warned of light to moderate rainfall at most places, with isolated heavy to very heavy rainfall and isolated extremely heavy rainfall over Assam, Meghalaya on Wednesday, as well as thunderstorms and lightning in isolated places. The department has issued an advisory to the disaster management agencies to be on alert for Arunachal Pradesh. The IMD has also issued an orange warning with light to moderate rainfall at most places, as also heavy to very heavy rainfall in the frontier state. For all the 3 northeastern states, weather conditions may slightly improve from May 20. The red alert has also been sounded mainly for western Assam. Further, the IMD has predicted widespread heavy to very heavy rainfall accompanied by thunder and lightning over northeastern states till May 21. Thunderstorms, lightning and heavy to very heavy rainfall with extremely heavy rainfall at isolated places is also very likely over Meghalaya during this period. In a rather shocking incident, the son of Itanagar MLA Teki Kaso has been found dead under mysterious circumstances. The 34-year-old Teki Takar, the son of Itanagar MLA, was found dead in Papumpare district of Arunachal Pradesh on Wednesday. Reportedly, the decapitated body of Teki Takar was recovered from a railway track in Digdo area of Papumpare district in Arunachal Pradesh. According to sources, Takar committed suicide by jumping in front of a moving train. Meanwhile, the police in Arunachal Pradesh have launched an investigation into the case. According to police sources, the driver of the train in front of which Teki Takar jumped to commit suicide had witnessed the entire incident. With IMD's update on weather, rainfalls in the northeastern region at torrential rainfall and landslides continue to batter Assam, and a report of State Disaster Management Authority on Wednesday revealed that more than 6.62 lakhs people in 27 districts have been affected by this flood. Notably, one person drowned in floodwaters in Kachar district. Meanwhile, 2.88 lakh people have been affected in Nagaland district alone, followed by 1.19 lakhs in Kachar. 1.07 lakhs people in Hojai have been affected. Meanwhile, 60,562 in the Darang district and 27,282 people in Biswanath and 19,775 in Udalguri district have been affected. As per reports, 1,413 villages under 70 revenue circles have also been affected and floodwaters submerged 46,160.43 hectares of cropland. The water level of the Kopili River in Kampur in Nagaland is still flowing above the danger level mark. Notably, Indian Army, National Disaster Response Force, State Disaster Response Force, and Fire and Emergency Services teams on Wednesday rescued around 8,054 persons in various flood-hit districts. Furthermore, the district administrations have also set up about 135 relief camps and 113 distribution centers where 48,304 people, including 6,911 children and 50 pregnant women, lactating mothers, are yet to be taking shelter. Let's move on to the national news. Congress Chief Rahul Gandhi on Thursday left for London to address an Ideas for India conference. Notably, the Wayanad MP will speak at the Ideas for India conference at the Cambridge and also will interact with the Indian diaspora on what the present and the future holds for the country. It is to be mentioned that on May 23, Rahul Gandhi will address and interact at Cambridge University on India at 75, the challenges and ways ahead for a resilient modern India. The Ideas for India event will be held on Friday in London. Congress leaders Salman Qureshi and Priyank Khagade are also in London to take part in the event. It may be mentioned that this is the first overseas event for Rahul Gandhi after the COVID-19 pandemic. We have more on LPG price hike. India on Thursday witnessed an upsurge in the cooking gas LPG prices for the second time within a month by rupees 3.50, taking the domestic LPG cylinder prices across the country over the rupees 1,000 mark. Meanwhile, the rates of the commercial cylinders have also been increased by rupees 8. Notably, a domestic LPG cylinder will now cost rupees 103 in Delhi, 102.50 in Mumbai and rupees 1,029 in Kolkata and rupees 1,018.5 in Chennai. From Thursday onwards, all 19-kilogram commercial cylinder will be available at rupees 2,354 in Delhi, rupees 2,454 in Kolkata and rupees 2,306 in Mumbai and rupees 2,507 in Chennai. It is to be mentioned that this is the second price hike for domestic cylinders within a month. Earlier, the price of domestic cooking gas was hiked by rupees 50 per cylinder on May 8. However, the prices of commercial LPG cylinders were reduced by rupees 10 per cylinder on May 7. Former Congress Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu gets 1 year in jail in 34-year-old road rage case. The Supreme Court was hearing a petition by the family of a man who died after a brawl with Navjot Singh Sidhu and his associate in 1988. Congress leader Navjot Singh Sidhu was today sentenced by the Supreme Court to 1 year jail in the 34-year-old road rage case, and the cricketer turned politician must surrender and serve a year's rigorous imprisonment. The court said that it will submit the majesty of law and tweeted that former Punjab Congress chief, 58, who had participated in a protest on fuel prices this morning. The court gave its ruling on a petition by the family of a man who died after a brawl with Mr. Sidhu and his friend in 1988. The family had asked for graver charges against Mr. Sidhu and the review of 2019 order of the Supreme Court acquitting him of murder charges and imposing a rupees 1,000 fine. On December 27, 1988, Mr. Sidhu got an argument with Gurgam Singh, and resident of the Patiala, over a parking spot. Mr. Sidhu and his friends Rupinder Singh Sandhu allegedly dragged Gurnam Singh out of his car and hit him. He later died in hospital in 1999. A session court in Patiala acquitted Sidhu, citing lack of evidence and giving him the benefit of doubt. On a petition challenging this verdict, the Punjab and the Haryana High Court convicted Sidhu in 2006 of culpable homicide and sentenced him to 3 years in jail. Now, a special NIA court on Thursday convicted Kashmiri separatist leader Yasin Malik after he pleaded guilty in a case related to terrorism and secessionist activities in the Kashmir Valley. The court also sought an affidavit from Malik regarding his financial assessment and asked NIA to submit a report related to his financial assessment. Special Judge Praveen Singh directed the NIA authorities to assess Malik's financial situation to determine the amount of fine to be imposed and posted the matter for arguments on quantum of sentence on May 25. As Judge Rakesh Kumar Sharma, who had to hear the matter, is on leave, the case will be heard by a link court of Judge Prashant Kumar, and sources say that Malik had been charged for hatching a criminal conspiracy, waging war against the country and other unlawful activities and disturbing peace in Kashmir. He had told the court that he was not contesting the charges leveled against him that included Section 16 Terrorist Act, Section 17 Raising Funds for Terrorist Act, and Section 18 Conspiracy to Commit Terrorist Act, and also Section 20 being member of the terrorist gang or organization of the UAPA, and Section 120B of Criminal Conspiracy, and also 124 Section A sedition of the IPC. Let's see some of the Bollywood masala. Following a recent war of words between Bollywood actor Ajay Devgan and Kannada superstar Kichya Sudeep over Hindu language, now actor Arjun Rampal seems to have reignited the debate and jumped into the row. The model turned actor, while promoting his upcoming film, lauded India's diversity and its rich culture. The actors say that India is a very diverse, secular and colorful country with so many different languages, cultures, festivals and religions. The actor opined that for him, the language is nothing, but it's the emotion that matters most. Though Arjun believes that Hindi has been India's national language, the actor feels people must celebrate all the languages and the cultures. He further expressed his thoughts by saying that since India is a diverse nation, it would be great to imbibe everybody's different cultures. For the unversed, the controversy started a couple of days back when Kichya Sudeep during an interview that Hindi is no longer the national language. After which actors Ajay Devgan hit back at the South superstar by calling Hindi as the national language. Thank you, viewers. I'm Rinki Gogoi signing off. That's all from Nagaland TV Primetime News. For more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV. Sab manulagawas.
अरे तूने अभी तक कुछ किया ही नहीं।
अरे ये तो लो क्वालिटी टंकी है।
होशियारी मत दिखाओ, दुकानदार ने 5 साल की गारंटी दी है।
अरे 5 साल छोड़िए, इसका पानी पियेंगे ना तो बहुत जल्दी हम लोग पहुंचेंगे। अंदर का सर्विस प्लेन, स्मूथ और